Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, offer of which can be found on Amazon.com. And I got a question from a subscriber, and he wanted to know some of the things that you should consider before you settle down with a woman. So there's a couple of things, and actually there's a lot of things you should consider before you settle down with a woman. And I wrote about it. And there's a couple bullet points in chapter 8, last page, that you should consider. And you know, my mom used to tell me that you have to look deep before you leap. So what that really means is you have to, it takes time to get to know people. And you have to ask questions, pay attention, study people that you're thinking about seriously settling down with one day, if you consider it anyway, you know. So here's a couple things you should consider. Number one, don't settle with any woman until you've seen how she reacts in a stressful situation. And that's very important, because a lot of times, majority of times, all we see is people during the good times. But we don't know how they act once they get upset at you, or once they get upset at other people. How do they react? How do they respond? What they gonna do? Are they violent? And how long do they stay stressed or angry? Does it last for a couple of hours? A day or two? A week? And what happens when they get upset at you? And how do they handle stress? What stresses them out? These are some of the things you have to consider, you have to see. And you have to realize most people, they're going to put on a good face, man, it could be months. 3 months, 6 months, a year. Sometimes longer than that. But if you spend time around them, you'll be able to see this, because something's going to happen at some point. And the woman's going to get stressed out, or the man's going to get stressed out. So you have to pay attention to that. Next, don't settle with any woman if she tells you she has never been faithful to any man. If a woman tells you she's never been faithful to any man, like, damn, what is she trying to do? I mean, what's this about? I mean, you trying to run a race? I mean, how many guys do you really need to sleep with? I mean, are you looking for love? You miss a couple hugs from your father growing up, or you had a bad relationship, or was you a foster child, or did your parents pass away? Whatever the case is, you know, what's that all about? You know, someone that's probably haven't been faithful to any man. Probably you got some major trust issues, more than likely. You know, so don't settle down with any woman that hasn't been faithful to any man. Next, don't settle with any single woman who has 2 or more kids out of wedlock with 2 different fathers. Yeah, you know, if a woman has 2 or more kids with 2 different guys and she's never been married, she's probably irresponsible, more than likely. You know, I mean, unless she has a good damn excuse for that. But, you know, the first time you had a kid out of wedlock, you know, okay, you know, it's tough being a single parent. You know, maybe she like, first time, you know, you learn your lesson, you know, but if you do it the second time out of wedlock, it's like, come on. You know, I mean, what are we doing here? You know, I mean, why are you having kids? Why are you making life financially tougher on you as a single parent? You know, so that's something, and that's something to think about. And if you get with a woman with 2 kids, that's a ready-made family. Can you afford 2 kids? It's a package deal. You know what it is. So, that's something to look into. Next, don't settle with a woman who is a drunk and a drug user. Keep in mind, prescription drugs hasn't been proven to help anyone but the pharmaceutical companies get richer. Yeah, a woman that's a drunk, that drink a lot, or anybody that really drink a lot, has some type of issue going on. And P.S. and by the way, I used to be a hard drinker, but this is why I know. I knew why I was drinking a lot when I was in the military. I was stressed, overworked. So that's why I know from experience, if I see a woman that drinks a lot, it usually stems from something going on. Maybe they might be overworked, stressed out, whatever. But if she's a drug user, oh no, man, you can't deal with that, man. Even drugs over the counter ain't no better. They're worse. It's been proven to be worse. You do your own research. I'm not a doctor. I don't work for pharmaceutical companies, none of that. I'm not a rep, none of that. But you do your own research. And you don't even got to do no research. Just look, somebody that's on drugs, on some type of drugs. Just look at how they act. Look at how they live. Look how they live. I can almost guarantee you, if they've been on the drugs, whatever drugs it is, for a long period of time, I can almost guarantee you they don't act the way they used to act. And even if they get off the drugs, years later, they're still not the same. So, drugs don't help anybody. It's kind of like taking a hot shower. That's what taking drugs is like. And the high wears off, and then you go back to being normal for a while. That's all it does. It's just like alcohol. And I think alcohol, kills motherfuckers every day. But, nobody talks about it. They just say, hey, click it or ticket. That's it. So next we got, don't settle with any woman who doesn't respect her parents. This is very important because you have to realize the first relationship a woman has with a man is her father. And if she doesn't have a good relationship with him, that's going to trickle down to the rest of the other guys that she's going to meet. So the relationship with her father is going to dictate the rest of the relationships. And this is what it is. And, the mothers influence women much, much more than the fathers. It's kind of like the women that, we need balance from both parents. And, the girl doesn't have a good relationship with the parents, more than likely she's going to be dysfunctional. So you don't want to be a part of that. Trust me. I ran into a lot of dysfunctional women. I ran into women that got molested by their father, or got molested by their uncle, or got treated badly by her mother. I ran into women that still upset because her mom spanked her 30 years ago. So, if you get with a woman that got family issues, it's always going to be a problem. And then if you stay around her long enough, it's more than likely she'll take her frustrations out on you. But she might not even realize it. I've had experience like that before. And you become her punching bag. Whenever she talks to the mom on the telephone, she gets all upset, hangs up the phone, and you ask her, hey, what's going on? She snaps at you. So, you don't want to be a part of that, man. Now, I had experience like that. You know. So hey, be careful. And finally is don't settle with any woman that's lazy, nasty, and in massive debt. Yeah, I can't stand a nasty woman. I can't tolerate that. You know, I can't tolerate that, man. I'm sorry. I'll get instantly turned off if I find out a woman that's nasty. If I go to her house, or her car nasty, or if she does anything, she might not have table manners. You know, she might do something that's just impolite at the table while eating or something like that. You know, I can't do that. And if the old saying goes, if she's lazy, she's nasty, or if she's nasty, she's lazy. So I just can't do it, man. Can't do it. I'll get turned off. You know, and another thing my mom used to say is if the girl's nasty, her body's probably going to be nasty too. And I found that to be true. I found that to be true, man. You know, a lot of these old sayings that I used to hear back in the day from old people like my mom, my grandmother, and my dad, and my grandfather, at least 95% of them turned out to be true. I mean, it's like, you know, come on, man. I can't be experiencing this right now. Some of the stuff that happened. And then if a girl's in debt, more than likely, she, you know, women are so emotional. And when they get all emotional inside and they just see something that they like, they just go buy it. Because today, you know, we have credit cards. So you can put everything on credit. But I remember back in the day when I was growing up, there were no credit cards. I mean, people, they were out, but they weren't available like it is now. You know, and I still remember as a little kid, I remember when credit cards first came out. That tells you how old I am. You know, but hey, and then she might have bad spending habits too. You know, she might not be educated when it comes to money, which a lot of people grew up like that. I grew up like that. Yeah, my parents told me how to make money, but they didn't necessarily tell me how to multiply money. They told me how to make money, save money, but they didn't teach me how to multiply money. And some people, their parents didn't even tell them how to make money. So, you know, it is what it is. So those are just some things to keep in mind before you settle down with any woman. And I wrote about it. It's all here, man. Really. It is what it is. So if you like what you heard, share this video. And oh yeah, go buy the gear. Go to my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. Click on the shop tab and go get yours. It's all there. And subscribe to my channel. Join my Players Club. Until next time, peace.